Hello and welcome back.
You see, it didn't even hurt.
Yeah,
Now you can leave that weapon where it belongs.
to yet another episode. Come Deliverance. They just added
Get out
a
of my sight.
barber update,
Good day, sir.
but we
I'm in need.
get a haircut.
Clear off.
Pretty nice. Kinda like that. One kinda looks like the one. Holy shit.
Happy to be of service. Come back anytime you'd like.
So, let's get to it.
Every gaffer recruits his own crew and use virgin veins. Paul's son is out there without fixing props.
I don't have time to discuss it with Paul. You'll be watching it from now on, all right? Or I'll have to find another vet.
You can't just sack me, steward. I got this job from Ulrich von Neuhaus.
But I can make sure he knows how you run the place. That's the fifth yucca who got scrushed in here.
This is some jiggery pokery.
Be quiet. And now clear off. You have no business here.
You're a Christian of Pisek?
I am. What do you need?
Kunzlin Ruthard sent me. About Via Argentum.
I see. But I'm afraid I don't have good news for Sir Kunzling. I haven't made much progress regarding the matter we discussed. I just don't have the time to investigate. I'm always needed somewhere, and there's always someone following me around.
Have you found out anything at all?
Just rumors. And those are you. What's your name?
Henry.
All right. Listen up, Henry. Nobody can know I'm looking into it. It's a very dangerous game. If Sir Kunzling trusts you, you could help me in my investigation.
Well, that's actually why I'm here.
Excellent. Excellent. You don't happen to come from a family of miners or smelters, do you?
I'm from Skalitz, so I know a little bit about mining.
My word. You didn't work in the mines, did you?
I visited the mine once, but not to dig.
So I expect you don't know much. Well, no matter. I'll be happy to tell you everything you need to know. Now, follow me, please. We need to talk somewhere in private.
Where should I start looking?
Straight to the point. I like that. We know for a fact the silver must be getting lost somewhere on its way to the mint. That means it would be best to discreetly inspect all operations and find out where the problem is. First of all, you should ask miners from every shift how many corves they mine in a day. After that, we'll compare the numbers to the mine record books and see.
But the yields aren't the same every day, right?
True. That's why we have to focus on one particular day. For example, the other day, on the Feast of St. Petronilla, Foreman Fett was beaming and bragging to me about how much it helped. Mined out.
So, I'm supposed to ask about the Feast of St. Petronilla?
It was just a few days ago. I reckon it'll be fresh in their memory. Nevertheless, the miners are a strange bunch. They might not be very forthcoming at first, and they have an odd way of speaking. Like, calling each other Sonny, however old they are. But you'll hear for yourself. You should pretend to be really interested in them, and maybe they'll open up to you. You could be a scholar writing a treatise on silver mining, or perhaps a nobleman interested in buying a mine. Or just say I'm your distant uncle who's initiating you into the ins and outs of my job. It's up to you.
I reckon I could pose as a curious scholar.
Suit yourself. Just don't change your story so you don't arouse suspicion. But to the point, each day 3 shifts work in the shaft. Each has its foreman, or gaffer, as they say. The first shift is led by Frank, the second by Paul, and the third by Samko. You'll have to ask each one of them how many corves they mined. Samko's hewers should be off work now. You'll find the other 2 shifts in the mine. Take this, so the guards will let you in. It's a letter of safe conduct bearing my seal, allowing you free...
And what are you going to do?
I'll return to the estate to do my job. What else? Once you find out how many corves the 3 shifts mined on the Feast of St. Petronilla, return to me. And don't forget, don't...
By the way, I've had the honor of meeting your brother, Peter.
Well, well. Small world.
He was a great help to us at Sukhdal.
Even though we had some... disagreements, I respect him for everything he succeeded in doing. If it weren't for him, I'd never have been able to do what I do.
Who owns the silver?
All the silver in the Kingdom of Bohemia belongs to the king. Though I'm sure you understand, the king has a lot on his mind, and he can't be expected to worry about mining. So he leases out the mining rights to his tenants. There's a lot of money in it. The tenants have to pay the king, and the king also receives the... That's the royal tie.
What is this path of silver?
It's the whole process, from digging the silver ore out of the ground and processing it, to minting... Silver is found in ore veins underground. The chief foreman of a gallery counts the corves, and the assayer estimates the purchase. The raw ore goes to the smelter, where it's crushed in a stamp mill before it can be... Roasted ore goes to the furnaces, where it's smelted into raw and then pure silver. Silver is then cast into...
Can any silver get...
It can. And unfortunately, it does happen. It may be a capital offence. Most often, a pitman tries to smuggle pieces of ore under his clothes. Nevertheless, the entire path of the silver, from the ore beneath the ground to minted coins, is closely guarded. Every step, so if someone is stealing large quantities, they must have it pretty damn well...
Who checks the royal...
The royal mint master and his subordinates are responsible for collecting the royal share. That also means me, and the shop. That is why every step of the path of silver is monitored and recorded. Starting with how much ore is mined. The smelting works owners don't have to be monitored as closely, since they buy the ore. It's in their best interest to get the highest possible yield.
Who makes money?
The thing is, every pitmen get paid for mining in the shaft. The smelters then smelt everything, sell the silver rubs off on the hands of anyone who even touches it.
How much do the mine...
That depends on whether it's a royal mine or a mine in the hands of a mining guild.
I thought all mines were owned by...
That's right. But it's much more profitable for the king to grant... They bear the cost of mining themselves, and pay... The king receives 1/3 of the profits from his own mines, but only 1/5 from the leaseholders. That's how he gets what's his from all the money.
What about the other 2/3 of the profits from the...
Those go towards the costs, of course. For operation...
How are groschen made?
The royal share from the smelting works goes to the mint in the Italian court. There, the coiners hammer it out into silver sheets for cutting the coin. Then, in the Italian court's preghouse, our minters cut out and punch new...
How many mints are there in...
Only the main one is left. The one in the Italian... There used to be more of them throughout the kingdom. But King Wenceslas II, it was he who contributed the most to the rise of the Prague Groschen, and the wealth, and of course, his own wealth.
Quite a lot of questions.
Are you Foreman Sam?
Aye?
My name is Henry. Steward Christian sent me to you. I'm a student from Prague, and I'm writing a treatise on miners and mine operations.
Why should I care? Didn't you see we're off graft?
Sir Christian told me to ask about anything that interests me, and that you'll tell me.
Ah, Sonny, I'm so tired. I haven't even got the strength for gabbing. I wouldn't mind having a game of dice, but minus rules. Then I'll tell you everything.
You should obey Sir Christian, and you don't want him coming to you when you're off work to tell you.
That I don't, kidder. Ask away.
What is the work of a miner?
Aye, that's a good question, Mara. Mostly about Alkin. Any yakker will tell you, but proper rest is even more important than graft. You're as weak as a midgie without it.
So how do you rest?
Depends. Some have a kip, some a swally, some go whoring.
How do you mine?
Either we're on hard rock, and then no one's hewing shit, or we're hewing something soft, only then there's not much silver in the ore, and you've got to smelt the shit out.
How much do you make doing this?
Don't even get me started. The chink's bad, and it's getting worse. Half a grosh and a cough is no.
How many corves did you mine on, say, the Feast of St. Petronilla?
I can tell you exactly. All the yakkers were working, and we were getting along nicely. We managed to hulk 34 corves without skimping on hame time. First time in ages, that was.
That's all I need to know.
That's 34.
Foreman
Wait,
Frank?
What you looking for, Sonny? Can't you see we're hewing?
Sir Christian of People. I'm a student at the university in Prague.
I didn't know you script, but you can't just amble around. You'll cap your creels.
I'll just have a few...
The more we gab, the less. But make it snappy, man. What do you want to know?
What is the work of a...
What's it about? Bugger all, kidder. No great shakes. We gans through the roads, Bella. Hewing off from rock in the dark and breathing in the sty.
How exactly do you...
Bloody hell. Have you never seen a yak? You take a kevel and ding away at the rock till it crumbles. And if you keep ganning at it and don't croak from the stithe, then you'll keel over from exhaustion or get scrushed by the...
How do you get the ore?
Same way it's hewed, in the dart and in course. On top of that, you spend... Once you get out by with the cough, you get a tally, and you can get back in...
How much do you get?
I'll tell you, man. Them deputies up at bank make a howfing pile of chink. But us buggers, the ones doing all the graft...
Can you give me a more specific...
Sometimes, not even half a grosh and a cough. That's near way to make a living, man.
I wonder... How much do you...
That depends on how much ore you howk out of this or that face.
How much did you mine, say...
Listen, kidder. Aren't you a bit... Why do you need to know that for? Them numbers...
I really need to know it for my work. My treatise won't be complete with est rerum omnium magister usus. Experience is the...
Aye, well, a clever head but a gawk handed, eh? It was a good gar on the Feast of St. Petronilla. Our yakkers hewed 36 corves.
Thanks.
Nah, thank ye. Take care for now. I'm sorry.
We've got 34 and 30. So... Hopefully. That's underground, right? Oh. I'm sorry, hotel, like shit. Way better.
Where can I find your foreman, Paul?
What are you doing here, kidder?
I've got a letter of safe conduct. I'm a student from Prague. I'm trying to get to know the miner's life from up close and write a thesis on it.
Right. A thesis? Yeah, I'll be damned.
I just need to ask your foreman a few things.
Our gaffer's gone down there to pray. Don't know if he'll be up for talking, but...
Why did he go to pray?
A young jaybird. One of our marrows. Got scrussed the other day. He hadn't even had a full week on the graft, poor lad. It happened the day before the feast of St. Petronilla. You'll find Paul at the lowest level by the roof fall. He's praying for the salvation of his soul. You'll hear the wind howling in the attic down there. It can be heard as far as that cursed road. I hear it. Don't fret, but... See you soon, my friend.
Hold on, I feel like I got a little bit lost in here. What's up there?
Interesting.
I could be asked dinosaur. Oh, I will do. Freedom. Fish.
Are you Foreman Paul?
Hey! You walk like a ghost, kidder. You gave me a bit of a fright there. Hold on. I don't know ye. Who are you? And what are you doing so deep in the pit?
My name's Henry. Sir Christian sent me. I'm a student at the university in Prague, and I'm writing a thesis on the life and lot of miners. I hate to interrupt your prayers for a dead friend, but I need to ask you something.
He weren't just me marrow. He were my blood. I raised him from a nipper since my sister died. He kept begging me to take him on a shift, saying he was strong as a horse. Wouldn't have taken her like. And now, I can't forgive myself.
There's no more pain in heaven. Don't be so hard on yourself.
You're right. I hope the Lord has welcomed the poor lad into the kingdom of heaven. Will you pray with me for his soul one last time?
Aye. I'll pray with you.
You're a canny lad. Repeat after me. Almighty and merciful God, our Father, you are the giver of gold, silver, bronze, copper,
Almighty and
iron,
merciful God, our
all
Father,
ores and metals.
you are the giver
We
of
ask that you
gold,
bless me,
silver,
brother who has died in this
bronze,
night,
copper,
and may
tin,
the holy angels save
iron,
his soul from
and all
damnation.
ores and
Bring his
metals.
soul to
I ask that you
eternal
bless
glory
my
through our
brother,
Lord,
who has
our
died in
Saviour
this
and
mine.
Redeemer, Jesus
And may your
Christ.
holy angels save his soul from
The angel of the
damnation.
Lord declared
Bring his
to
soul to eternal
Jesus,
glory
the Holy
through
Spirit.
our Lord,
Hail
our
Mary.
Saviour and
Mary
Redeemer,
said,
Jesus
Behold,
Christ.
I am the handmaid of the
Amen.
Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy word. Hail Mary. And the word was made flesh and dwelt among us. Hail Mary. Pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Pour forth, we beseech.
So,
Aye. Thanks for praying.
what is the work of a miner about?
What it's about? It's about you in the face and hauling the ore to the bank proper graft that. Can be read dodgy, mind.
Are deaths in the mine common?
Aye, but every death in the shaft is a waste. Whether it's in a crumple or black. Unfortunately, we still bury a yakker or two a month, you know. That's life like.
How is the ore?
First, we have to survey the shaft and find ore. Then the place gets scored and set ablaze. We set up timber around. The hewers take their tools and start dinging rock and...
How much do you make?
Depends on how much we hawk. How hard the rock is. It's not really worth it, though. Half a grosh and a corf isn't...
So how many corvs did you mine, say, on...
That weren't a good day. Nobody was in the mood for ganning on after what happened to Jaybird. But even so, we managed to hawk 30 corvs.
That's all I need to know. I already know how many corvs the crews extracted on the Feast of St. Petronilla. It was 100 altogether.
I see. Meanwhile, I looked in the mine book. How many do you think it says there?
I guess it's less.
Then you'd be correct. The book lists 90 corvs extracted. That means 10 corvs of ore disappear each day. But nobody could just come along and take them. We keep a close watch on everything. The unreported corvs must be going out to smelting works with the rest of the ore. That means...
What does it mean?
that this is fraud of colossal proportions, and that Foreman Fett and Herman the Ore Merchant are in it up to their ears.
What about Vavak?
I still think the trail will lead us to him. But we know too little. You need to talk to Fett and Herman. Being involved in the theft of silver is a capital crime. So it should be in their own interest to make sure to promise them no one will know about their crime. You can mention my name. When you've talked to them, come back to me and we'll...
Gepriesen sei der Herr. What do you need?
We need to talk, Herman.
And who might you be?
Henry. But that's not important. Sir Christian sent me. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Discrepancies?
How do you explain that the miner has extracted 100 cores of ore on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the book only says 90?
If it says 90, there must have been 90. The book does not lie.
Or someone is writing down false numbers and hiding 10 corves.
I do not write anything in the book myself. Foreman Fett counts the corves here. Go and talk to him instead.
Don't tell me you don't count them too. You wouldn't pay for more corves than there really were.
Do you have any idea how much ore passes through my hands? How am I supposed to remember how many there were ausgerechnet on the Fest of St. Petronilla? Besides, miners can lie and say they extracted more than they did. They like to show off.
All 3 crews agreed to report more. I seriously doubt that. Your story doesn't add up, Herman. We found out. Simple as that. Don't try to outsmart me and Sir Christian.
I am not trying to do anything. It was Fett's idea. He came to me saying we were going to deliver more corves to the smelters than we would report, and I would get paid for it. It was going well. I have always paid for what we put in the book. Then I got some geld from Fett on the side. On the feast of St. Petronilla, I was afraid they would be able to tell the difference. 10 corves is 10 corves after all. Nobody at the smelting works cared at all. I am sure they are in on it too.
How long has this been going on?
Several months, maybe half a year. About since Sigismund arrived.
Is Ulrich Vavak behind this?
The Mint Master? I have no idea. I am a mere assayer. I have...
So Christian and I agreed to investigate the matter, just act like nothing's going on. Keep doing it, don't want to scare off the people who are actually responsible.
Yeah, I
A word, Foreman.
Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Henry, but that's Sir Christian sent me. I need to discuss a delicate matter with you.
Don't tell me one of the yakkers shat all over the outhouse in the yard again.
I'm afraid it's a little worse than that. We found some discrepancies in the mine book.
Let Sir Christian handle it then. They're his books, and his responsibility too.
To steal silver from the king is a most serious crime, punishable by death.
Why are you telling me this?
I learned that the miners extracted no less than 100 corves on the Feast of St. Petronilla, but the mine book says 90.
Do you think the yakkers know how to count? They're blockheads, and they like to show off. I'm sure they just exaggerated. Anyway, what's it to you? Did the steward send you to snoop around? Don't you know? I work for Vavek, the mint master himself. I'm under his protection.
Aye, there's no point in denying it. Herman told me everything.
Bloody snitch.
But like him, you have nothing to be afraid of. You're small fry. It's obvious there's some bigger fish involved. And that's what interests me.
Alright, I'll tell you what I know. As soon as I was made head gaffer, Amara, who works at the smelting works in Grund, came to me. He said someone wanted to talk to me. One of them. So I met this fella in the tavern in Grund, and he told me how it all works. How to cook the books like. He told me the trick was not to report some of the extracted ore, and transport it secretly to the smelters, along with the rest. He made it very clear, if I didn't play along, I could have an accident. There was nothing I could do.
Who was that fella from the smelter who came to you?
He never told me his name, even when I asked. He's a tall bloke, stocky, pockmarked. I don't scare easy, but this bloke was terrifying.
How long has this been going on?
For some time now, definitely. I heard even former head gaffer Kircher was in on it too.
Where can I find him?
You can't ask Kircher any questions. He fell down a shaft. They say he was drunk, but I don't think it was an accident.
Who pays you on the side? You have to pay the miners for what they actually extracted.
I get the extra chink from the smelting works. It's enough for the yakkers and for Herman.
Do you think the mint master, Ulrich Vavak, is behind this?
I don't know. I've got naught bad to say about Vavak. He treats me canny whenever he shows up. He says if Christian gives us hassle, he'd sooner replace him than me. He really said that. The mint master himself.
All right. Just carry on as if nothing's happened. No one must find out we know about the fraud. Christian won't give you any trouble, nor will anyone else. Is that clear?
Clear as a bell, Mara. I'll be silent as the grave.
Alright. Oh. They've been stealing a fuck ton for the past half a year. All kinds of surprised, but
I talked to Fett and Herman.
And? Did they confess?
They did. I mean, I made them. It's just as we thought. The trail leads to the smelting works.
Did you tell them to keep quiet and act as if nothing's happening?
I did.
Let's see what we've got so far. Those 10 unreported corves leave for the smelting works from here. If silver's going missing, that's where it must be happening. You'll have to go and look around and talk to the owner, Buresh. I reckon that'll be tricky, though.
How so?
Buresh is a very cautious and clever man. I reckon he won't be happy to have someone snooping around his property. But he's the only one who can give you permission to walk round the smelting works without the guards bothering you.
Something like your letter of safe conduct. How can I persuade him to give me one?
Like I said, it won't be easy. Nevertheless, I found a way you could gain his trust, at least a little. You'll pretend to be a nobleman interested in buying some smelting works, who'd like to get a closer look at his operation.
A nobleman this time, then?
But be careful. Buresh won't be as easily fooled as the simple pitman here. You'll have to dress like a real nobleman. That means no plate armor, or, God forbid, bloody rags. But listen, don't carry a weapon. Buresh has a morbid fear of someone threatening him. That's why he has a bodyguard. You must come to him dressed to the nines and act impeccably. In short, be charismatic.
What else should I know about the...
In the smelting works, ore from the mines is crushed, ground, and then smelted. They extract silver along with all sorts of other materials. Then they give part of the silver to the king for the minting of groschen and sell off the rest.
What should I know about...
He's the slyest fox of them all. He comes from somewhere in Moravia. He started to prosper soon after, and not even Sigismund's arrival stopped him. Now he's doing better and better. But when...
I got it.
Here. I've written you... I reckon he won't be thrilled. But ask him discreetly, in passing, how many corves he took from our mines on the feast. If my guess is correct, it should be 90. It still doesn't prove anything, but you could get something out of the workers. When you're in the smelting works, keep your eyes peeled. Good luck, Henry.
What? So... armor. Und perfumes.
You have a kind master, eh, Dudley?
What's the hold up?
You smell nice.
They pour the beer on the table.
What's this
Hey,
dirty
you gave
beggar
up.
doing
Damn
here?
it.
Careful. I don't talk to nobodies. What's this dirty beggar doing
Pour me
here?
one.
Have no fear.
I don't talk to nobodies.
What do you mean?
I don't talk to armed strangers. Put the weapon away.
You're always welcome here.
I'll be right there.
A large beer for me.
Why the fuck can't I talk to you?
Put that weapon away.
Oh,
You hear me?
right. Well, some fucked up.
Call me one.
Right, like that.
Coming right up.
Greetings, Master
All right.
Baresh. I'm Henry of Scallis.
Nice clothes. You've got good taste.
Thank you, Goodman. Likewise, Christian of Pisek sent me. I'm supposed to give you this letter with his testimonial.
Skallets, you say? That's where the royal mines are. Am I right?
You are. Unfortunately, the mining has ceased since King Sigismund's attack.
That truly is unfortunate. Christian writes that your family is interested in running a smelter. But I'm not selling any.
I know. I just want to see what it looks like in the smelting works.
Well, if Sir Christian wishes it, I won't deny you the opportunity. With this letter of safe conduct, you'll be able to move around unfettered. The guards will recognize my seal. But I don't want you disturbing the workers with any unnecessary questions.
Can you tell me what happens with the mined ore in the smelting works?
We weigh in the delivered ore and crush it so that it can be sorted for roasting. Roasting mainly separates sulfur from the ore, which is why the place smells like... Then the roasted material is smelted in the furnace and the slag is separated from the matte. The smelting process is repeated until we're left with pure... It's then cast into bars that can be sold. After we've given the royal share to the king, that is.
How many corves of ore do you process here per day?
We don't measure in corves here. I have several ore merchants working for me. They buy ore from various mines. When they deliver it here, we don't measure it by the corf, but weigh by the quintal. We process a large amount here, up to several thousand.
How much silver does that make?
That, of course, depends on the quality of the ore we process. 20 quintals of ore usually yield about a pound of raw silver. That then yields a hryvnia of pure silver. We can make between 100 and 200 hryvnias of pure silver per day.
Can any silver...
That's impossible. Everything is carefully weighed and recorded. Besides, molten silver is rather hard to steal. Once it's
How many corves were delivered from Horshan, say...
Why from Horshan?
I visited the mine there.
You're lucky. I have an excellent memory. It was a lot indeed. 90 corves.
God be with you.
Don't forget, and above all, mind you don't have an accident. Farewell,
All
sir.
right.
It happens. Just watch where you're going next time.
You silly doggy.
What is your job at?
I mean smelting. Well, in this crusher. We crush, then we shovel charcoal in. To the stone. We do that over and over in other furnace.
How do you like working?
Oh, I cannot complain at all, sir. We get a nice pile of chink from the yield and we are dropped.
What can you tell me about...
I cannot complain about him, sir. He's an honest bloke and he pays it. From what I've heard from the other smelters, it's a lot worse elsewhere, like.
Have you noticed anything?
Nothing at all. I graft all day.
Does any silver go...
Here? That would mean some of all that's involved then. You get the look, Sonny. I don't want anything to do with this. Have a chat.
Are you the fella they call Shima?
You have no business being here. What do you want?
I'm told you know something about the silver that keeps going missing from the smelters.
Me? I don't know what you were told. Meet me outside in a while. Now you'd better get out of here before the guards see you. Fuck. I have to have a piss. You take over here, lads. I'll be right back.
I'm sorry.
Well?
Who are you?
I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. Why are you here, Henry? Surely you didn't come to investigate the theft of...
Christian of Pisek.
The steward of the mint? And why did he send you? Because of a rumor. They say silver keeps going missing from the smelter.
The silver must be going missing from here. I've been tracking it all the way from the mines.
From the mines? So Sir Christian really has some... Why should I talk to you about such things? How can I know?
Look, I know my way around silver mining. I'm conducting an expert investigation. Justice is blind. If someone's bypassing the production process just to stuff their purse, they're hurting more than just the king. Especially you, the grafters, the yackers and smelters. And that pisses me off, because I'm actually one of you.
Right. I reckon you could be. Listen up, then. It's Volkmar. He's the head smelter. He's worked with us for years. Recently, he bought stables here in Grund, out of the blue. The entire stables. Where do you think he got the money? It's all very suspicious, because he's the one with the best access to the finished silver bars. If you want to find out where the silver keeps going missing, go to him. I'll bet you he knows a thing or two about it. But be careful, and keep a weapon close. People like...
Thank you.
I don't really want to end the episode before we can solve the quest in it. So, keep going.
That's
Volkmar?
you.
I'm not.
Horseshit. I know these stables are yours.
You must be the snoop who's sticking his nose.
I beg your pardon?
Well, well, well. Don't think we don't know you've been snooping around. We've had our eyes on you ever since you came to Grund. Fortunately, Master Buresh warned me about you in time. Your investigation ends. Right here and now.
You shouldn't have stuck your nose in here, pal. Grund is ours.
Take him down!
Have you gone insane? You want to attack a nobleman? I suppose you have no idea who's behind me. You won't avoid punishment.
You're really a nobleman? But that's... Oi! Where are you cowards running to? I'll get you! Hey!
There we go.
Now, spill the beans. You're responsible for stealing the king's silver?
Not me. It's Buresh. If I didn't play along with him, I'd lose my job. All my life. It's true. As Volkmar is my name, I swear on...
Take it from the beginning.
As head smelter, I test the quality of the silver that's been smelted every day. One day, Buresh came to me and said he had an offer for me. He gave me his man to assist me. I'd take some of the king's silver bars and add them to Buresh. The books were cooked, so no one found out anything. A few weeks later, he sent me to the mines. I was supposed to make... In the end, I had to force him to cooperate. Just...
Why didn't Buresh take the...
The Mint Master's men watch over the transport of the King's silver. Buresh had it all figured out.
Moving on, where...
There are mined-out shafts near Old Kutna, where nobody ever goes.
They counterfeit coins in there?
Yeah, I suppose so. But what they actually do... Buresh only told me about the Mint a while ago. He wanted to send me there for...
Did Buresh ever mention that Mint Master...
Not in front of me. Maybe his guard, Little Nair, but you won't be able to ask him anything anymore.
Give me the map.
Yeah, if you take the road to Old Kutna, you'll reach the place where the abandoned... The entrance to the Mint is... Look here. Why are you doing this?
I'm convinced Mint Master Vavak is somehow involved in the whole affair. I'm looking for proof.
Yeah, I can't help you there. Well, now you have the map, and... I know I wanted to... You know... But I just... Please let me go. Please.
I'm quite sure you have coin.
Here. I'll go to Kuttenberg and get fixed up there. And if we meet again, you're a good merc...
He's not really faulty of anything, I have to say. Oh, wait, dried apple. Apple a day keeps the potions away. Right, I think we can actually continue on. We are already approaching an hour. I'll edit it down a little. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.